Well, after a couple hours of some hard work, we finally have a well polished nut. And go. Well, it's been about lots of months, and I haven't been recording anything. I have been doing a lot, but just as an update on my life, I had some things happen where I couldn't do the things that I wanted to do. I had some people move in with me, a bunch of kids, and my room ended up becoming this. Needless to say, they are packed up and moved out. It was a situation that I can't really get into on the internet. Kind of a sad one, and it has definitely challenged me and made me a better person, but it's a chapter of my life that I'm glad is now coming to an end. And, well, pretty soon here I'm going to try to have my room back and start recording regularly and posting videos. But I just wanted to give you an update on how that's going and why I haven't posted anything to all of those 3 followers that I have. Well, here we are in my dining room because it's the only spot I really had to do any type of this stuff, except for the garage, which I will take you out to show you in a minute. Today's objective is to make a brass guitar nut. Anyway, I have been working on that Telecaster from, a year ago, year and a half. It's been a long time coming. And here's the neck. It is done. And I made the mistake of buying a cheap nut off of the internet that just wasn't good enough. Well, I'm not about that, especially on a guitar that I have poured so much time into. So, what I'm going to do is make a brass nut. And let's see if that'll focus. Maybe not. It's a piece of brass. I've already taken a bit of brass stock and got it down to almost the right size to fit in the slot. But I still have a lot of work to do. I have to shape the nut. I have to cut it exactly to where it will fit perfectly with this neck and feel good to the hand, and I still have to put the slots on and possibly polish it. I'm not sure with the look of this guitar yet, but I've never made a brass nut, and I really wanted to try my hand at it and see how it sounds, because I have a feeling that P90s and a brass nut on a Tele is just going to sound oh so buttery smooth. So yeah, let's go ahead and ISO this down a little bit. So here we have it, my garage. It is in absolute shambles. There are parts of it, this whole wall was covered in stuff. At one point the whole thing was just taken up with all sorts of basically someone else's house. This is not the final arrangement. These motorcycles back here are definitely going back over here, and eventually I'll get it all back to the way it was. But for now, it is just a work in progress. Here is ye old workstation. I've been trying to make it work on this thing for a while, and once all this other crap goes out, it is going to be a lot easier to have a creative environment where I can do things more efficiently. I don't know. But I'm excited to have my work spot back. And today, it's all about these nuts. Got him. And today, it's all about these nuts. Alright, here you'll see I'm taking this nut blank that I have, and I'm basically sanding down the sides to make sure that it fits perfectly in the nut slot. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and file down the edges to make sure that it is sitting correctly. It's not poking out either side. And I'm just basically getting a general shape right now for this nut. and it just takes a lot of sanding and then checking and more sanding and more checking. The next thing you'll see me do is take a carpenter's pencil that I cut down the middle and sanded dead flat, and I'm just going to run that across the frets and onto this nut blank so that I can see where the frets lay, and then I can make sure that when I cut my nut slots they'll come down to that line, but not all the way to it, just really close, and that will make it so that I have really good action on the fingerboard. My battery's about to die, so I'll just tell you what I'm going to do next, and then while that's charging I'll do that, and then we'll come back to it. I'm going to file it down to size, but now I have to find it. It dropped on the floor or something. I'll catch you back when I'm done. Okay, the nut is shaped down to its final size, and here for the next minute you get to watch me measure, mark, and file down nut slots. Enjoy. Alright, now the next step is to fit it to the body and put some strings and see how they fit in there. But me being me, I left the body at my parents' house. So let's go. Uh-oh. All right. Well. You make a way. Nice. And I'm gonna be one of them because this is awful. Alright. Oh! I have no nut. Where'd it go? Oh, right there.
Well, I should mark those a little bit better. That might. Oh, what?
Pay no attention to the light behind me. I'm gonna sharpen this. I'm gonna sharpen my nut. I'm gonna polish my nut. That doesn't sound right. Hey. after a couple hours of some hard work, we finally have a well polished nut. There we go. You can see the tractor. I'm gonna go ahead and put this shiny polished nut on the guitar, and we're gonna put it in its spot with glue. Alright, that's the end of the video. I finished this brass nut for the Telecaster that I've been working on here. And, well, I'm going to say I'm really pleased with the way it turned out.